Something a little different today to our usual podcasts. Today I'm going to be reviewing some card sleeves. Now, these are brand new Duelspec by Procyon Gaming. I think I've got that right, or Procyon Gaming. Apologies. Not a sponsored video, by the way. Just a review video because they are a brand new sleeve on the market. It's very, very exciting to have another competitor to things like Dragon Shield and Ultimate Guards and Voltex and stuff. And for those of you that don't want to buy it or have trouble getting hold of them and want to know whether it's worth the investment, we thought we'd make this video to see if they're worth it. So yeah, over in the UK, we have a supplier, Bath TCG. I think it's bathtcg.com or .co.uk. I'll put the link in the description for you, where you can buy these Duelspec sleeves. Now, they're super interesting. They remind me of a bit of a hybrid between Dragon Shield and Ultimate Guard, like katanas. They are £12 or $11.99 a pack, so they're pretty similar in price comparison to things like Dragon Shields, but I am going to be using these for my daily driver for a week, so we can see what we've got. We see how it feels, see how it works out, and that sort of stuff. But on initial sort of opening and looking at them, I got red ones and pink ones, and then I bought some green ones and blue ones for Beth, or cobalt and blue, I think it is. And these are pink and the other ones are red. No, cobalt and green, sorry. But we're both going to be using them as a daily driver. I'm going to get her feedback, I'm going to be using my feedback. Overall, I like the packaging. I think it's really, really simple. I like the fact that there's no identifier or form of color on the packaging. It's all the same packaging regardless of what color. The only way you can tell the color is by looking at it through the window that we've got in the box here, which is absolutely fine. It's nice that it's simple for them, it's easy to produce and faster to get out. I've never really been a fan of the whole 2 lots of 50 in a box of 100, if that makes sense. Katana do this as well. I don't know why it's done. Maybe it's just a production thing, a quantity thing. But that's not for me really. I'd rather it just be 1 pack of 100. Whether I'm only using 60 or 100, it doesn't really matter to me. But the quality feels real nice. The initial sleeve up of stuff feels quite nice. They slide in really well. They fit quite snugly. One thing I was concerned about originally was I wanted to know whether we could fit an inner sleeve with them or not. So I got myself an inner sleeve. I sleeved up like a Pokemon Energy and put it in. Now, it was a little bit more snug than the normal card sleeve, so I imagine, or the normal card, sorry. So I imagine it's putting a little bit of stress on the sleeve, on the sides. But it did go in and it worked pretty well. It felt all right in the hand. I didn't do a whole deck, I just did that 1 card because I don't double sleeve things anymore. I used to all the time, I don't anymore, just personal preference. But yeah, sleeving up normal cards, it felt really nice. They sit really nicely in the card. And I think what we'll do is over the next week or so this video is going to take a while to record, but over the next week, I'm going to be using it as my daily driver. I'm going to use the same 60 cards in it throughout the whole week. I'll probably get 9 to 12 best of 3 games in that time frame. So it's sort of comparable to, I guess, like a regional sort of scale. Like, will it last day 1? And we'll see what the durability's like. I'm going to do a mixture of like mash shuffling, riffle shuffling, all that sort of stuff with the sleeves. And the very first thing we're going to do is we're going to take these pink ones to a pre-release event to see how these do. Now, I know I just said I was using the same 60 sleeves for everything. However, I'm using the red ones I've got for all my standard like league nights and things like that. And I'm going to be using these pink ones here for extra bits. So like I've got a GLC deck I want to sleeve up. I'm going to, and these are going to be like my swap sleeves. So we're going to get the experience of how easy is it to swap a deck out of sleeves? How easy is it to swap a deck into sleeves? And how long do they last between sleeving different decks? So that's basically what we're going to do. And I guess roll some level of like B-roll or montage or whatever I decide to do between now and next week.
It's been a week. It has been a week since I sat down and first played, sleeved up a deck and played with the Duelspecs from Procyon Gaming. Now, as I said in the sort of like previous part of this video, the start of the video, I've used the pink ones as like my sort of switch sleeve. So couple of pre-releases, swapped in a couple of DLC decks in and out and that sort of stuff, and just stuff I've played at home, not necessarily TCGs, but like board games and things. And then I've used the red ones for my daily driver, if you like. I sleeved up a Roaring Moon deck, and I've been playing that all week. It's been 7 days since I have used them, and my opinions on them are they are a good quality sleeve. They are enjoyable to use. They shuffle really well, I mean consistently, you know, every now and then when I've got a Dragon Shield sort of set, after a few like best of threes, maybe 6 or 7 best of threes, we start to get a bit sticky in terms of the sleeves, and they start to, you know, not be quite as good, but it feels like the, you know, even after all of this, the shuffle is lovely, like really nice. I've got the deck here actually, so we've not got a huge amount of dinged corners. I did notice that after literally the first 2 games, I was starting to get some corners that were just sort of like slightly bent or warped. Maybe it's the way I shuffle, but that is, they've not got any worse. They've sort of hit that peak or that sort of trough in quality, and they've just sort of stayed there. But that's nice because it means it's consistent. The longevity seems really good. They've kept up well. One thing I was originally concerned about was the fact that when you sleeve them up, they are a little bit tighter than Dragon Shield sleeves, just around the borders, and I was worried that, you know, with repetitive shuffling, we might get some like card shift in the sleeves where they move towards the top, like I have experienced with some Dragon Shields. However, these seem to be significantly better. Not a single one of my cards has drifted anything more than I would expect it to. In fact, they've all drifted slightly less. I haven't found myself mid-game being like, oh, just gotta pop that thing back down, which is quite nice. Another thing to note is when I was sleeving them, I wasn't gentle, I was aggressive with them. I know that sounds bad, but it's things like when you push the card in to first sleeve it, you know, you push it in as far as you can, and then you get to the top, and then if you push a little bit extra, it sort of bends the back out. I had no issues with that. There's no like remaining marks, no lastings or anything like that. I know with certain Dragon Shield colours again, and katanas and stuff like that I've used, we've had those sort of bend backs, and they just don't seem to be any. Yeah, the shuffle's nice. The colour, I'd probably need to get a hold of some black ones to be able to fully test like the opaqueness. I love red sleeves, are my current favourite this year. I love rubies, everything's sleeved in rubies pretty much. But the Duelspec reds are also very, very nice. And I want to see what it's like with the black ones, whether they're the same, because right now I've got the deck in my hand, and I can still see the backs of the cards a little bit through it. Now that could be due to the high intensity of light, because obviously I'm in a filming setup, but it also could just be that, you know, it's just one of those things. That's how the sleeves are. When I was playing with them at my weekly tournaments and stuff, I didn't really see anything through the backs. Again, that could have just been how the light hit them. But yeah, I've been riffle shuffling these, pile shuffling, mash shuffling, sorry. And yeah, I sort of went a bit all out with them. I wasn't gentle, to say the least. Now, probably a little bit more aggressive than I usually would be with a deck and some sleeves, just because I wanted to put it through its paces. I did have one sleeve that I've got here that literally on the last game I was playing with it this week has got a little split at the top, but you got to remember, I have put these through the fire and the flames, so to speak. These have definitely had their worth out of them, I would think. So yeah, overall I think the sleeves are a really, really good quality. So I think the actual build quality is good. The production, I still do not understand why they are delivered in 2 blocks of 50. Just package them as one set of 100, or just don't waste that sort of cellophane packing in the middle. Just whack 100 in a box and away you go, you know. I have seen online that a couple of other people have had issues with disparities in colours between the packs. I imagine that's just because it's like the back end of a batch and then the start of the next batch, and they've sort of just combine them together so they don't lose the 50 sleeves, so to speak. But I haven't had that with mine. I don't think Beth has had that with hers either. So overall, the quality feels nice. They're clean in the hand. They shuffle really well. They've not really got dirty or mucky. I found that, you know, sometimes grubby fingers can mean that Dragon Shield sleeves get a bit mucky and a bit messy. I think these are fine. I've had sort of no issues. Everything still looks clean and tidy as it was, front and back. Corner wise, again, just a couple of little things on those corners. They've stayed relatively straight and flat. Nothing, again, I would sort of predict out of wear as usual. But yeah, I think overall, if you're looking to get another set of sleeves and you're tired of katanas, you're tired of dragon shields, and other things out there, definitely give these a go. I've made this review video to give you some level of insight into the sort of, you know, I've used these for a week. I think I've played a total of like 11 to 12 best of threes over the course of that week with this particular deck. And what that means is that's roughly what you're looking at for day one of a regional now for Pokemon. And if the question is, will these last through day one of a regional? Absolutely. Like, I've played all 3 games. I've played all of them, all 3 games in each best of 3 pretty much. I think there was one where I only played 2. And that was on the live stream that we do for our weekly leagues, or starting to do. But other than that, yeah, they've been battered, they've been bruised, and they're definitely a contender. And as much as I can say, I think these are good. You're only really going to know if you enjoy them if you go out and buy them yourselves. But if you're looking for this sort of video to have an opportunity to try them, I would definitely encourage you to do it. Like, go and try them, make sure you're happy with them, just buy 1 pack and see how you feel. You know, at 12 quid over here in the UK, that's not the worst investment in the world. And if you find out that you actually prefer them and you feel like they're going to last longer than Dragon Shields for you and how you play the game and how you shuffle, because everybody shuffles differently, everybody deals and treats their cards differently. But yeah, if you feel like it's going to be beneficial there, then crack on, do it. You know, like, I'd be interested to know in the comments actually if anybody has used Duelspecs before, because this, as I say, is my first sort of experience with them since they came to the UK. The shuffle straight out of the box is nice. It has degraded a little bit, not massively. They still shuffle real nice. It has degraded a little bit, but you would expect that after wear and tear. But yeah, if you need this opportunity, I'd say just go for it. Give them a go, try them out, see how you feel, and if you like them. I can sit here and talk to you about this all day, but the only time you're going to be able to experience these sleeves are if you go out and buy them yourself. So head on over to Bath TCG if you are in the UK, head on over to Duelspec if you are in the US or anywhere that they ship to, and just give them a go. They're good. This video is like the green light for you to give them a go. I enjoyed them, I think they're great. I'm going to grab a couple more anyway. And we'll see if they end up replacing Dragon Shields for me in the future. But yeah, other than that, thank you very much for watching, everybody. I hope this video has been insightful for you. I know it's a bit different to our usual podcast. But yeah, enjoy it. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll catch you next time.